So continuing saga into the Kannada actor Ranya Rao, her arrest has opened a can of worms about a massive gold smuggling racket that's been ongoing for several months now. These are the first pictures of Ranya Rao in custody after she was picked up by the Department of Revenue Intelligence. She is the stepdaughter of a DGP rank officer in Karnataka. Mr. Ramachandra Rao is DGP for housing, police housing. In fact, she reportedly traveled to Dubai as many as 30 times in the last 1 year. And on each of those trips, each one of those trips, she brought back kilos of gold. In fact, a couple of days ago, she was picked up by the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence when she was carrying on her person 14 kilograms of gold. This was one of the biggest seizures that happened at the Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru. The modus operandi used by Ranya Rao suggests that she was very well versed with the airport protocol, both in Dubai as well as in Bengaluru, and that emboldened her to carry such a large consignment this time around. Imagine 14 kilos of gold bars strapped onto your body. The DRI also suspects that she was not just a carrier and that she was very much front and center of this nexus and that there were other people involved. It's almost impossible to conceive that one person could have done this alone involving airport security, both in Bengaluru as well as in Dubai. Others involved in the case are also under the scanner. One person who was a protocol officer, a constable, was also arrested along with her. But frankly, it is absolutely unimaginable. It's something difficult to wrap your head around as to how a lady could, do these up and down trips from Dubai 30 times in 1 year. And the time that she got caught, she was carrying 14 kilograms of gold on her person. But how did she escape scrutiny both at the Dubai airport as well as at the Bengaluru airport? Now, at every airport security, you have to walk through a door frame metal detector. So there's both, the institutional arrangement where you have to walk through these DFMDs, and there's also physical frisking that happens. You have to take off all your metal items from your body to pass through a check. Even if you're wearing a watch or a wallet or a belt, even if you have shoes, leather shoes, which have some kind of metal padding or anything of that sort, even that has to be removed. So any metal on your body has to be removed before you pass through a metal detector. Here's what the DRI believes that was Ranya Rao's modus operandi. Every time she landed at the Bengaluru International Airport, there would be a state protocol officer, a police officer, a constable in this case, who would go to the immigration, who would pick up Ranya Rao's luggage and then fast-track that luggage through security clearance. Hence, she would skip frisking, at least upon landing, and going through these metal detectors, either the DFMDs as they are known, or through actual manual frisking by the CISF once she arrives at the Bengaluru airport. So far, this is what the agency has done. These are the statements that they have recorded. 3 people, along with Ranya Rao, their statements have been recorded by the DRI. The third one, we are given to understand, has the most incriminating details that go into the modus operandi of how she and everybody else involved in this cartel were operating. Sources in the DRI have told CNN News 18 that Ranya Rao has not denied most of these charges and that this is a clear case of protocol. These are security privileges that were extended to her because of her DGP father. Because if she was not the daughter of a high-ranking police officer, she wouldn't get a personal security officer upon landing at the Bengaluru airport. There are certain bruise marks we're given to understand on the actor's body from where these gold bars were taped. These bars were actually taped using insulation tape on her hands, on her legs. The agency suspects that Ranya Rao used tape and crepe bandage to wrap the gold bars around her body. The marks are around her thighs, her shin, her waist, the actress's mobile and her laptop. These devices have been recovered. The DRI is yet to get access to these devices because both these devices are locked. But it is fascinating how the daughter of a high-ranking police officer abuses certain security protocols that are given to her and is basically a gold smuggler for some big gold smuggling cartel that operates between Dubai and Bangalore. Let me go across to Harish Upadhyay, who has more details on this. So, one part of the story is clear. So, clearly, because of the privileges that were extended to her, the security protocols, the PSO that she had, she was able to skip the queue, as it were, when upon landing. But how did she hide in Dubai? How did she, go past security clearance? Because in any airport in the world, particularly after 9/11, there's very, very stringent airport security. It's almost unfathomable that she had 14 kilograms of metal on her body, leave alone gold, but any metal on her body, and she got past airport security.
Well, at this point in time, Zakat, the DRI believes that she had established some strong links in Dubai, and perhaps they've managed to ensure that this gold bars are delivered to her in the airport once she's crossed the security clearance. Because, as you rightly mentioned, she will go through metal detectors and she might get caught. So, what the DRI believes right now is that she was given these gold bars after she's cleared the security checks at the airport. Only after that has she strapped these gold bars around her shin, inner thighs, her waist, and various parts of the body. That's what the DRI is picking up right now. The other crucial aspect or area of interest in this investigation is who's the end beneficiary of this. At the same time, they're not calling her just as a mule or a carrier. They're saying she was very well involved in this entire nexus. She wasn't just carrying it, she was also one of the major beneficiaries, is what they're suspecting at this point in time right now. They're also looking at how much quantum of gold has been smuggled in through various trips that she has made. The other part of investigation is looking at the protocols that have been violated very clearly. In fact, the DRI is saying that this is a national security issue as well. If protocols have been misused in this manner, they're trying to ascertain if she just name dropped just used her father's name and managed to use these protocols, or whether there was any help extended by her father, DGP, Mr. Rao himself. That is something that they're trying to ascertain at this point in time. At the same time, they believe that getting access to these devices and a forensic extraction of data from these devices could give vital clues on the financial transactions that she has made in the last few months. Remember, she was under the scanner for the last 7 to 8 months, and this was meticulously done. They checked if she had any business or if she was going to perform anywhere in Dubai. None of it was the case. Only then did it raise some alarm bells in the agencies here.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Harish, for joining us. It's a fascinating story, and I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it in the next few days.